Good morning, everyone. My name is Christine May Arroyohoy, and this morning I'm going to tackle about manga, which is a Japanese literature. So, what is manga? So, manga refers to a wide variety of comic books and graphic novels originally published in Japan. So, the term manga is composed of two Japanese characters, namely man, meaning whimsical or impromptu, and ga, meaning pictures. So, it is a massive segment of the Japanese publishing industry, read by people of all ages and covering a vast range of genres, from action and adventures to romance, business, and horror. So, we all know what is manga, right? Because most of us here um, read mangas before once they were young. So, if you try to ask me, Miss, what is the difference between manga and anime? So, the main difference is that manga are Japanese comics or graphic novels, while anime are Japanese animated series or film. So this led to other key differences wherein manga are printed and are single creators work, whereas anime are animated by a production team and can evolve a different place or different content like added scenes or remove material. So ang manga is printed siya. Kana mo na siya ang old kind of literature before, while ang anime kay um, gi-produce na siya, gi-animated into video or a film. So, there are key characteristics of manga. First is that black and white format. So, manga are typically published in black and white due to time constraints, artistic preference, and to keep printing costs. So, why there is a time constraint? So, it's play a very significant role as producing manga in black and white that allows for a quicker turnaround, so enabling artists and publishers to meet the tight deadline. So, naado siya deadline. While ang artistic preference, it also comes into play as many manga artists found out that black and white allows them to focus on detailed line work and shading, so enhancing the visual storytelling. Furthermore, using black and white also helps to keep printing costs low, so making manga more affordable and accessible to a wider audience. So, mamo gina ang main kanang goal sa usa ka literature nga daghan sad ang maka-tanaw or maka-view ana. So, next is the reading direction. So, traditionally, manga is read from right to left and from the top right corner of the bottom left of the page. So, consistent with traditional Japanese writing. So, sa ato sa Philippine literature, di ba, magbasa ta, mag-start man gid siya sa kanang sa left to right. But in manga, when they read, mag-start sila sa right to left. So, ikaw as a first nga reader, ana nga manga or ana nga story, ma-confuse ka at first kay saan man siya pagbasa, but then if dugay-dugay na ka ana, makabaw na ka saan siya pagbasa. Next is serialization. So, stories are usually serialized chapter by chapter in large weekly or monthly magazines like Weekly Shonen Jump. It is a series in popular. The chapters are collected into individual volumes like called tankobon. So these magazines feature multiple manga series, so with each series contributing a chapter or two per issue. This allows readers to follow numerous stories simultaneously. If a manga series becomes popular, the individual chapters are often compiled into tankobon, so which are standalone volumes that collect several chapters into a single book. So serialization helps to build anticipation and readership over time, as fans eagerly await each new installment of their favorite series. So next is the diverse demographics and genres. So manga covers an extremely broad range of subjects and is categorized by its target audience, so not just genre. So later on, we will discuss the different types of genres in manga. So just like other kind of literature, there are different kind of genres like science fiction, realistic fiction, or historical fiction. So the extensive range of demographics and genres ensures that there is a manga series that suit virtually every reader's preferences, contributing to the medium's widespread of popularity. Move on to the next key characteristic of manga, which is the distinctive art style and visual language. So while styles are vary among artists, common characteristics include an emphasis on line over form. So expressive line drawings and specific iconography, like examples, specific symbols to show dizziness or emotion. So characters often feature exaggerated physical characteristics like large eyes. So why they base an emphasis on line over form? It is because line work is highly detailed and expressive, often taking precedence or realistic depictions of volume and depth. So expressive line drawings are used to convey a wide range of emotions and actions, with varying line weights and styles adding depth and dynamism to the artwork. And also, feature an exaggerated physical characteristics such as large eyes, which are used to enhance emotional expression and also make characters more visually appealing. So, kabantay mo ng mga drawings or mga artworks sa usa ka manga, ang mostly nga characters nila kay dagko gyud siya mga mata, large eyes. Move on to the last key characteristics of the manga, which is the cinematic pacing. So the panel layout often mimics film using varied shots and pacing to create immersive and dynamic narratives. So by employing these cinematic techniques, manga are able to create immersive and dynamic narratives that can captivate the readers and draw them into the world of the story. Let's move on to the types of manga or the genres of manga, wherein each of these focus on a certain target audience. So the first one is the shonen. So ang shonen targeted at young boys and teenage boys. So this type of manga often features action, comedy, and themes of camaraderie and coming age. I know that all of us is familiar about this. I also include one example, which is the Naruto. So, ang main focus sa shonen, yung targeted audience are the young boys or the teenage boys. Next is the shoujo. So, targeted at young girls and teenage girls. So, shoujo manga typically focuses on drama, emotion, and idealized romance, often within a coming age of story. Kung ang shonen, yung focus niya or yung target audience are the young boys and teenage boys, ang shoujo naman is ang main focus niya or yung target audience are the young girls and teenage girls. So one example is the Paradise Kiss. Next type of manga is the seinen. So yung main targeted audience are the adult men. So ang seinen manga explores more mature and complex themes such as the darker tones, violence, like psychological exploration, and morally gray characters. So ang focus niya is ang mga adult men or yahang target audience. One example is the Ghost in the Shell. Okay, let's move on to the next type of manga or genres of manga. So, josei or josei. So, ang targeted audience niya are the adult women. So, josei manga also delves into mature and realistic themes, but often focuses on the lives and relationships of adult women. So, while earlier, ang seinen kay it focuses on adult men and adult men, while ang josei naman is focuses niya kay mga adult women. So mas ni prefer ni siya sa mga kanang motherhood, magnana or fatherhood. So one example is the Honey and Clover. So the last one is the Kodomo Moki. Kodomo Moki. So it aimed at children, particularly those aged 6 to 11. So this type of manga features adventures with simple moral lessons, often involving a child protagonist with friends or animal companion. So one example is the Doraemon. So kaning Kodomo Moki, ang target audience niya ani is ang mga children yun, like ages 6 to 11. So, ang mag-get nila ani is mga moral lessons about ana nga kind of or type of manga that are readable for children. Let's move on to the examples of each type of manga or genres. So, the first one is the shonen, which is, one of the example is the Naruto. So, ang shonen gani, ang sakito, it focuses on young boys or teenage boys. So, muna ang mga targeted audience. So, the Naruto manga follows Naruto Uzumaki, a young ninja outcast in the hidden left village who harbors a powerful demon fox and dreams of becoming the village leader or the Hokage. So, the story chronicles his growth from the mischievous boy to a respected hero as he makes friends, including his rival Sasuke Uchiha, trains to become stronger, and faces threats like the organization Akatsuki. So, key themes includes the friendship, perseverance, and the struggle between revenge and compassion, as Naruto's quest for recognition culminates in a legendary ninja war and his ultimate achievement of his dream. The Naruto is considered as an example of shonen because the series follows the coming age journey of the character, which is the Naruto Uzumaki. And also, Naruto incorporates moral lessons, humor, and lightheartedness, so balancing intense battles with relatable moments, making it as a comprehensive representation of the shonen manga genre. So next is the example of shoujo, which is the Paradise Kiss. So Paradise Kiss is a manga about Yukari Hayasaka, a high school student pressured to focus on her studies. So, who is recruited by a group of fashion design students to be their model for a competition. As she is pulled into the world of fashion, she becomes romantically involved with two groups leader, si George Zoizomi. So the story follows her journey of self-discovery as she finds her own passion and develops the confidence to pursue her dreams, ultimately questioning her original life path. Again, shoujo it focuses, or the target audience are the young girls or teenage girls. Wherein in the story, Paradise Kiss, it focuses on the self-discovery and also the personal growth. Next is the seinen. One example is the Ghost in the Shell. So, Ghost in the Shell is a cyberpunk story about Major Motoko Kosanage, a cyborg agent for a counterterrorism unit who hands a hacker called the Puppet Master in the futuristic city. So, the narrative explores philosophical themes of identity, self, and humanity in the world where people can enhance their bodies with cybernetics and connect their consciousness to a vast network. Again, the seinen, it focuses on adult men, wherein it is considered as a seinen manga because its targets are the adult or the male audience. It typically a Japanese businessman between the ages of 18 to 30. So, this manga explores philosophical questions about humanity, memory, and individuality in a cyberpunk setting, which appeals to a more mature audience. Next type of manga or genre of manga is the jose, and one example is the Honey and Clover. So, Honey and Clover symbolizes the bittersweet nature of youth, unrequited love, and the search of one's path in life. As a group of art school students navigate complex relationship and self-discovery, the clover specifically represents good luck and new, sometimes difficult in the beginnings. Again, Jose, it focuses or the target audience are the adult women. So why is Honey and Clover considered as a prime example of Jose manga? It is one example of Jose manga because it explores the lives and relationship of a young adult art student with a focus on realistic and nuanced storytelling. So the series portrays the complexities of adult life with flaws, characters, and emotional depth, making it a relatable and engaging story for young adult women. Last is the Kodomomoki, and one example is Doraemon, wherein it focuses on children ages from 6 to 11 years old. So the Doraemon is a Japanese series about a robotic cat from the 22nd century who travels back in the time to help a boy named Nobita Nobi. So created by Fohiko F. Foju, a story follows Doraemon using his future gadgets to assist Nobita with his daily life, which is often filled with problems caused by his own shortcomings. It is considered as an example of Kodomomoki manga because it is specifically aimed at young children. So, these anime are known for their moralistic stories that teach children how to behave as good and considerate people. The episodes are generally standalone and non-episodic to appeal to a younger audience. So, Doraemon, created by Fumiko F. Fuju, perfectly embodies these characteristics, making it one of the most notable example of this genre. There are also other examples of the Kodomomoki manga like the Astro Boy, the Pokemon, the Kirby of the Stars, the Adventure of Hamtaro, and many more. So that's the end of my discussion. I hope you learned something from it. Thank you.